Good morning to everybody except for James, who felt the need to just full on touch the waffle iron this morning.
Why would you touch that?
Lately, we are just 100% in the stage of he has to learn the hard way, unfortunately. If you bite, I'm gonna bite you.
And he just kept going up to them and like standing there watching them eat. And I'm like, okay, so obviously you're a little hungry.
Even James loved this. But I was upset because I didn't want to share it with him. And my husband didn't want to share it with him, but he needed something.
Well, if this right here doesn't say struggle bus this morning, I don't know what will. I'm not changing my kid's diaper when they pee. I've never done that. Do you know how expensive diapers are?
I pay 10% of all of my money to the Mormon church. James woke up today bright and early banging on his door. A lot of you guys freak out that I lock his door at night. And to that, I will say it's 100% legal.
Yes, I called CPS.
And there is an open investigation.
This doubt, I always try to see the good in people. I'm like, maybe we just misunderstood the situation or taking things out of context. You know, nobody's perfect. But no, as I dug deeper,
I'm not changing my kid's diaper when they pee. I've never done that. Do you know how expensive diapers are? I have friends and people that I know that like, oh, they peed, we have to change their diaper. And I'm like, they peed? Literally, I will change his diaper if he poops.
Sorry, but I can't spend $35 on a toddler jacket.
it's the amount of videos that have surfaced of truly concerning behavior displayed towards that little toddler. Not only has there been so many signs of neglect all along, but this boy had the amount of torment that Nurse Hannah has displayed towards her toddler. Not
10% of all of my money to the Mormon church every single month. Let me tell you why. Now, I've mentioned this in the past, and there seems to be some confusion. A lot of people just don't seem to understand why you would pay 10% to a church. It's not like the Mormon church is lacking in the money department.
While we eat out is we don't order drink. We don't drink alcohol. We're not ordering sodas. We literally, when they come to get our drink order, we are only 100% of the time. If we have leftovers.
When I tell you this was an 11 out of 10 delicious, it really was. We only had 2 tortillas in the house, and if we had more, we would be making way more of these. Even James loved this. But I was upset because I didn't want to share it with him, and my husband didn't want to share it with him, but he needed something. Poor James only got like 1.5 slices.
locking the kid in the room.
James woke up today bright and early banging on his door. A lot of you guys freak out that I lock his door at night, and to that I will say it's 100% legal.
And smacking him around often. I'll say it again. Ruby Frankie 2.0 indeed.
Popeye's chicken. You know, I was rushing this morning to go get my hair done, and I was trying to be a nice mom and make pancakes.
If you're married, does your husband control your bank account? Because he controls mine. He controls how much money I spend, and he controls everything with finances. I don't get to treat myself because my husband's attitude is, no, do not spend money unless I tell you to. That's his attitude. But a few times where I've spent a certain amount of money and my husband says, okay, I'm going to take away your credit card. You know, that's the kind of attitude.
Yesterday was payday, so you guys know what that means. It's time to budget my weekly paycheck as a nurse. I work about 5 to 6 shifts a month, and this paycheck came out to $2,780. My husband's bi-weekly paycheck came out to $3,210, equaling a total of $5,990. You guys know the drill. Before I pay any bills or spend any money, I always pay 10% in tithing back to the church. I'm gonna round up this week to $600 even.
To play a video for you guys where you can actually see that her son James is right here, and you see the dad looking like he's hitting him. This did upset me when I was watching it, so if this is something that would upset you, just scroll past it. I'm gonna play it back to back in slow motion, but just remember to keep an eye on where he is right here and right where her knuckles are. You tell me if the dad's hitting him or not. Can post this kind of content for everybody to only imagine what the son goes through on a daily basis.
The fear in his eyes when they put him behind the oven. I wonder what they said to him. Immediately, his face changes.
Cleaning our house all morning, and I told my husband to pull the oven back for me. The other day, I noticed that a roll had dropped back there. And honestly, my husband had the genius idea to just throw our toddler back there and have him pick up the roll instead of us trying to figure like something that.
Gorgeous.
Next way that we save a lot of money while we eat out is we don't order drink. We don't drink alcohol. We're not ordering sodas. We literally, when they come to get our drink order, we are only 100% of the time. If we have leftovers, we are bringing it home. I see so many people stand up from their table and leave half of their food there, and then it just gets thrown away. If I'm paying for that food, it's coming home with me if I didn't eat it. So anyways, that's how you eat cheap on vacation. Always making sure your hotel has a breakfast. Always doing research on restaurants before you actually get there on prices. Not blowing a ton of money on drinks and appetizers.
Truly breaks my heart into pieces because there's never been a time in my life where I ate before my kids. I can't eat peacefully knowing that my child is hungry just sitting there. This part just boggles the mind. And to refuse to buy him a jacket in freezing conditions, okay, let's say that's rage baiting. Let's just hope that she actually did buy him that jacket.
It feels like 8 degrees.
It turned winter in like 0.2 days, and this kid doesn't have a big jacket, so I need to find him a big jacket. I'm sorry, but I can't spend $35 on a toddler jacket. 8 weeks postpartum, and I feel like half my life now is either spent feeding, changing, or burping a baby. Now I thought I might as well invest in a good quality chair. Recently,
She actually never has been. I know that's what we all thought, but this is my new theory. Like I said in my first video, the only time I ever heard of this chick was 17 Dirty Diapers. I love the movement that it started. As someone who struggled with PPD and PPA and felt so alone, I was like, wow, this could really turn into something. She goes on the podcast with Avery Woods and it's flat. It's nothing. And I'm like, that's interesting. Like I said in my last video, maybe she's just not that deep of a person. But she had an opportunity to bring awareness, to share story, and she didn't. So lights on, but no one's home there too. That's part of my theory as well. And someone pointed out that the diapers were kind of plopped in random places, like nowhere where you would change a baby. So yeah, it was totally rage bait. That was rage bait. But the thing is it's her vlogs, her actions. And if you go and you watch any of her vlogs, turn the sound off, look with your own eye, the way she handles her children, the way she looks at them, her body language, her utter annoyance. It just shows us what kind of a mom she is. So while she thought she was getting on this app and speaking controversial words and rage baiting us, satire, whatever she's calling it now, the fact of the matter is she's been showing us all along exactly who she is. She's not a rage baiter, guys. This is just who she is. This is the type of mother and person that she is.
well, good morning to everybody except for James, who felt the need to just full on touch the waffle iron this morning. Lately, we are just 100% in the stage of he has to learn the hard way, unfortunately.
Well, if this right here doesn't say struggle bus this morning, I don't know what will. You know, I was rushing this morning to go get my hair done, and I was trying to be a nice mom and make pancakes, and you know what? It just ended up with James falling off the chair. I mean, he was fine afterwards, but he did just cry and sob for a good chunk of time after that. Something that I didn't really have time for today.
Or breaking glass on the floor, hoping that he doesn't step in it later. Video, and you can see it. He's always bruised up. He's always got scratches, bandages on his face.
James woke up today bright and early banging on his door. A lot of you guys freak out that I lock his door at night, and to that I will say it's 100% legal and just for safety reasons.
All right, and if you look here, it looks or appears like the doorknob is reversed. So it appears she's locking the door. So she's locking the little boy in his room.
And I'm actually glad.
There was an abundance of reports made against Hannah and her husband. Hundreds and hundreds of reports have been made. They also have been in contact with her workplace, and they're even interviewing coworkers. From the sound of it, it doesn't look like coworkers had many good things to say about her either. She wasn't sure if they have actually been to her house yet. They are taking this very seriously. She says that just one out of the hundreds that filed reports was on the phone for 3 hours because they had just so much against Hannah. If that doesn't speak volumes, I don't know what does.
Called CPS, spoke to the lady. The tone of her voice said she's tired of getting calls about Hannah. And all she would tell me is she can neither confirm nor deny that the case is or isn't open. All right, so I got the HR runaround. Being and dealing with HR, being in HR for a few years, I know the terminology, so I didn't stop there. I called the National Children's Alliance, which is a national hotline for children that need advocacy. I also called CASA, is Court-Appointed Special Attorneys for Children. They're in Utah. I gave them all the information that I had. I gave them video links. I gave them a ton of information.
Update on Nurse Hannah. She has allegedly been reported to CPS as well as the nursing board. Now, we know this information because there are multiple people who have posted videos on this app saying that they have personally reported her. And surprisingly, Nurse Hannah is still on social media. Now, she did turn her TikTok comments off, but that's just pushing people from TikTok to her YouTube channel, which I personally think she wants. So I decided to go over to her YouTube channel today because I wanted to check out the comments, see what her views were looking like. These were her views before this controversy happened, okay? So I just want you to take a look at these numbers. We're 651, 1.5K, 499. Then this controversy happens, right? And bam, 39K, 12K. That's like a reposted TikTok, didn't do great. 58K, uploaded within the last 2 days. So right after this controversy happened, she's cranking out videos on YouTube. Now, will anything become of these CPS reports? I honestly don't know because we saw this play out with Ruby Frankie, right? There were multiple times over the years where CPS and law enforcement had been called to investigate at Ruby Frankie's home. However, nothing was done until it was so severe that Ruby ended up in jail. And then what happened to her children happened. So will anything become of it? I honestly don't know. It's just baffling to me that Hannah is still on social media, because there is no possible way in which she's not seeing these videos where people are talking about reporting her, and she's still here.
And I'm irritated with him for no reason, just for existing. That is absolutely consistent.
Besides the fact that my husband left me the butt of the croissant where there was no filling, it was just hard like pastry. In the man is so cheap, he went to grocery outlet to buy these, and they were a little bit expired, not gonna lie. Hopefully he found the most random job ever, and he's decided to start vacuuming the couch. Like, maybe let's start vacuuming the floors first, picking up the toys, picking up the dirty diapers off the floor. Why are we vacuuming the couch first, you know? And I'm like, sure, I guess he's helping, he is cleaning, so I'm not gonna bother the man. It's a rare occasion that he's helping me clean.
I mean, let's be real, there are some days where he's home that I still feel like a solo mother. For instance, on football Saturdays, I feel like a solo mother. Anytime that BYU is playing, I feel like a solo mother. Anytime that he's on his phone, I feel like a solo mother. Honestly, anytime the baby's crying and I say, hey, can you help? I feel like a solo mother. I mean, no, I'm just exaggerating just a little bit.
So my husband claims he's incapable of ever washing the dishes. So I'm teaching my 2-year-old that way he never tells his future wife that he's incapable of washing the dishes. I have been up all day long and I'm going to work night shift tonight, but first I gotta make dinner for my lazy freaking husband. He claims that he is incapable of cooking dinner for the kids tonight and him for himself. So sometimes I have a treat myself attitude, but I don't get to treat myself because my husband's attitude is, no, do not spend money unless I tell you to. That's his attitude. But a few times where I've spent a certain amount of money and my husband says, okay, I'm going to take away your credit card. You know, that's the kind of attitude that he has sometimes. Every time I cough, I almost puke because it's so bad and I can't, I get these coughing attacks. Who takes care of me when I'm sick? Because no one's here taking care of me. Tell you why every woman knows how to eat while holding a baby, but the second you give that baby to the husband, to the male, they're like, I'm eating, I can't hold the baby. Me too. I just know how to hold the baby and eat. It's a thing. I promise you, every woman knows that. The second you start to eat yourself, that's when the baby cries. 100%, 10 times over, that's just how the babies just know it. They just know it. Anyway, to eat yourself, that's when the baby cries. 100%, 10 times over, that's just how the babies just know it. And my lazy husband begged me to make him fresh bread after cleaning the entire kitchen myself, putting the kid to bed by myself, and then wearing the screaming baby on my chest. This man had the audacity to beg for homemade bread. So what did I do? I got my butt in the kitchen and made him some bread.
Maybe she has been signaling all along that they need help. Who knows, but all we can do now is hope that those babies are safe. And once I find out more on the CPS investigation, I will do an update. Thank you for taking the time to watch another one of my videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.